Hey guys, Zach here, and this is going to be a quick video on Bruce Lee's quote, "Be like water. Water has no shape, it has no form without a container. Once it goes into the cup, it becomes the cup. When it goes into the bottle, it becomes the bottle. Water can float or it can crash. Be water, my friend." I love that quote. Do you know why? Because what he was teaching was never, ever, ever identify yourself as a finished product. You're always got to have a flexible identity. Don't identify yourself as one person. This is who I am. No one can change me. I am depressed. That's who I am. No, that's not who you are. You're Zach. And as soon as you label yourself as an emotion or a behavior, you have cut yourself over. You've cut yourself out. Because you think that's who you are. And if you can't, I'm depressed, I am sad, you'll believe it. It's like hypnosis. I am happy, I am happy, I am happy. And if I keep saying it over and over again, I'll believe that's who I am. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I want to be happy. Maybe I love that. But my big teaching right now is never identify yourself as anything. I want you to really look at the areas of your life and say, do you know what? Sometimes I'm not like that. That's not who I am. I'm not loud. I'm really quiet. That's not me. You're identifying yourself as you're quiet. You're not quiet. You think you are. Even this quote, I'm an introvert, extrovert. I understand that completely. I'm an introvert myself. I recharge my batteries by not being around people. That's the way I do it. But I'm not going to identify myself as that's who I am. That's the only part. I'm not an extrovert because I can be an extrovert. I choose to be whatever I want to be. Because whatever I choose to believe, that's my reality. So if you believe you're an introvert and you're not an extrovert, the person that talks a lot, you'll believe that. If you believe you're loud and you're like, I'm not quiet, maybe that's what you need. Maybe sometimes you need to be quiet. If you identify yourself as I'm not quiet, I'm pretty sure there's a part of you that is. And you probably get annoyed with people that are quiet because you've disowned that part of yourself. If you disown that part of yourself, that's a sad part of you. Haven't you ever been pissed off at someone? You're just like, that person's just angry. I hate how he's just like this. That's a reflection of you. That person's angry. Why am I that person's so angry? Are you angry? Because the one thing I've realized in my life is your outer world out here follows your inner world. And if you're angry on the internal world, you can't look at yourself in the mirror and expect the mirror to be happy. It's going to reflect whatever you're thinking in your mind. Life is nothing but a mirror of your consistent thoughts. If you consistently believe and consistently reduce anger, repress anger inside of you, everyone will be angry around you. You're the common cause of it. So if you want to change it, you've got to change the internal frame inside your mind and say, hey, I'm going to choose to feel happy every day. I'm going to do a ritual every day to say, Zach, I love this about myself. I love doing this and really, really feel good. I promise you'll attract people into your life. The hardest thing for me to do was, when I started on my personal development journey, I identified in myself, I was this certain person, that I'm not confident, I am insecure. And that's what I believed I was. So I couldn't really break myself out of it because that's who I was. People would ask me a question, I'd be like, yeah, but I'm insecure. Like, I'm not confident. I'm not good enough to do that. Well, if I say that, that's what my reality is. What if you started tricking yourself? I coach people all the time. And some people can't talk in front of a camera. Some people can. And it's all it is a belief shift. Some people can talk in front of a crowd, 100 people, 200 people, others can't. It's a belief. It's a belief shift. And all you've got to do is change that belief. And what I do is people come up and they say, Zach, I'm just not good in front of a camera. I say, cool, tell me right now, never say that again, but tell me right now you're the best speaker in the world. That it's like, I'm not the best speaker in the world. Say it. Because if you say it, whatever you constantly speak, you become. So start speaking who you want to become. Start training your mind. Some people, I'm on a diet right now, for instance. I'm on a diet right now. Everyone's saying, oh, you're gonna really struggle. You're gonna get tired and stuff. And you know what? No. I'm gonna feel more energized the more weight that I lose. Why? Because I choose to believe it. I choose to believe it. That's their reality, not mine. And so many people, whatever people say to them, it becomes their reality. It's like hypnosis. You're ugly. And they get told when they're younger, when they're going through school, you're ugly. And they're like, maybe I am. And they believe that incantation. And guess what? They go through their life and they've still got it, I'm not good enough because Bruno from school, said I'm not good enough when I was a kid and said I was ugly. So maybe that's who you are. Boom. You're not ugly. If you believe you're ugly, you are. And so many people in this world hurt themselves with their own internal bullshit. I want you to constantly really be and say, do you know what? Oh, that's not who I am. I want you to change the frame inside your mind and say, yes, that is who I am. I want you to look at the areas of your life right now that you keep telling yourself, you're not good at that. Recently, I got to run. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't believe I'm good at detail. It reminded me of school. If someone writes me a big thing, a big thing, I'm not good at that. You give me one word, I can talk about it forever. But if you're giving me detail, I'm like, I don't want to, nah, I'm not into detail. That's not who I am. And I identified myself. So my belief went, okay, he identifies himself, so I'm going to stick to my identity. I'm not into detail. Until I changed it to say, I am a genius. I love detail. Give me detail. I love reading detail. I live for that. Because if I start saying it over and over again, guess what? I start believing it. So I want you to really realize the parts of your life that you're identifying yourself with. I really want you to ask yourself the question. What do I keep telling people I'm not that person? I'm not loud. This is who I am. I want you to really ask yourself that question and find out, what do you identify yourself as? Because as soon as we find out, you might say you're quiet, we can change it like that. You can be loud. I'm not really smart. You can be smart. It's a choice. It's whatever you believe. I really want you to really think about this because this changed my life. This completely changed my life, and I might be coming across as joking, coming like this, but I really want you to get the message right now is never identify yourself as a finished product. You're always flexible. If you see someone doing something, it's not that they're so impressive. You can be that too. You can do that too. But if you identify yourself as this person, you lock yourself in a room and you can't see the doorway out. So this is this quick message right now is always identify yourself as the best version of yourself. Starting canting to yourself every day, I'm great, I'm the best, I'm a genius, I'm smart. And you'll start to believe it. So this is a quick message out there. Have an amazing day and always live strong. Boom!